In this lesson, we'll introduce you to the basics of setting up HVAC systems in Revit MEP. HVAC stands for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Before we go any further into how to set up a system in Revit, we first need to discuss what the components are of an HVAC system. For the purposes of Revit, the components of an HVAC system are mechanical equipment, ducts, air terminals, and various other tools and accessories that can help you design your system, such as duct placeholders and pipes. The first step in creating an HVAC system in Revit MEP is to make sure that all the mechanical settings that you will need for your HVAC system are set up correctly ahead of time. In order to do this, click on the Systems tab, and then, from the HVAC panel in the ribbon, click on the Mechanical Settings button on the lower right-hand part of the panel. When you click that button, the Mechanical Settings window will pop up. You'll see a number of different options under this window. You can change any of the basic settings for your HVAC system from here, but they're broadly divided into three categories: hidden line, duct settings, and pipe settings. First, let's talk about the hidden line settings. Hidden lines describes what you will see when you have two ducts that overlap each other on different planes. You'll want to make sure that you set these before you begin creating your project, so you'll know what you're doing as you go along. The next category, duct settings, allows you to set the parameters that will apply to all of the ducts in your project. This includes the angles and the various physical properties of all the different types of ducts that you can put in. One area deserves particular mention, and that is calculation. Here, you can specify the formula that you want to use for calculating the pressure drop for any of your ducts or pipes. Discussing in detail the mathematics behind these various equations lies outside the scope of these tutorials. For this example, we'll leave it on the default equation, but if you're not sure which one to use in your actual project, be sure to consult with a supervisor or engineer. You have similar parameters that you can set for the pipe settings: the angles, the conversion, the segments and sizes, the properties of the fluids, and the slope, just like we did with the duct settings. And, just as with the ducts, you can set the equation that you use for calculating the pressure drop and the flow for your different pipes. Just like before, if you're not sure which one to choose, consult with the person in charge. Once you're satisfied with the mechanical settings, go ahead and click OK. Alright, let's have a quick review. In this lesson, we discussed what exactly HVAC is and what it stands for. We described the different components that make up an HVAC system and what settings you need to handle before you begin designing your Revit MEP HVAC system.